press start.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I'm supposed to say. I'll probably come to get you.
What do you want to do?
Kylie, can you come through?
Hi, thank
Hey,
you.
sweetheart, take a seat.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you're okay? Okay. Well, my name's Kat. I'm here, I work at the QUT counselling service. And yeah, I'm basically here to support students through any issues, whether they might be facing or anything like that. That issues includes also university, if not university, outside, your personal life, anything like that. And basically I'm here to support you, give you strategies and things like that to kind of ease your mind and kind of help things that might be happening in your world, okay?
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. So, one thing I do need to talk about though is confidentiality. Have you heard that before? Have you been to see anybody?
Yep. I
You
have.
have?
I've been to other services, sort of outside
Okay.
for different reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, could you please let me know what you kind of think that might mean?
Okay. Basically, it means like you have an obligation to keep what we talk about private.
Yep, that's right.
And I guess the only time you might have to say something to someone else is if you think that I'm at risk or something.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah. Basically what you and I talk about basically stays within here. Information doesn't go anywhere, anything like that. And as you said, yes, if I feel your safety or anybody else's safety is at risk, I'll actually talk to you first about it and actually bring up my concerns. And then I will talk to somebody else, whether that be another workmate, whether that be my supervisor or something like that, just to kind of let them know where you're at and where we need to go from there, just to make sure that you stay safe and that others around you are kind of safe at the same time.
Yeah.
So beautiful. I'm glad you kind of have that bit of an understanding. It kind of helps things a little bit in that sense. So what's brought you here today? Because I know you kind of just walked in as well, because we do 20-minute walk-in sessions.
Okay.
As well as that, we also do 50-minute book sessions. So if you do require to actually have a longer bit of time, or you've got other issues that are going on and we need to spend a little bit more time doing that, you can actually make an appointment. You can come in and make one, you can ring and make one, or you can actually book one online as well. So if you find after this session we need to do a little bit more, very happy to book you in for another appointment, or you can always just walk in. The guarantees are that you might not be able to see me at that point in time due to I could be in with another student or something like that, but there are lots of other workers who actually work here and one of them will be able to assist you. But as I said, if you do want to actually keep seeing me, just make an appointment, and generally they take about 1 to 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So cool, so I just thought I'd just let you know and make sure that you're all aware of that and things like that. And as you know, this is all free. The university provides this, so so that's good. That's I know, because students, well, we don't really have that much. You don't really have that much money going around or anything like that. I was a student once, so I totally understand. So how can I help you today? What seems to be going on within your world?
I guess I'm just kind of really stressed because I'm a full-time student.
Okay.
But I have 2 children who I'm currently homeschooling, and I also work 2 jobs.
Okay.
And I'm just finding it really hard to juggle everything. I know that there's a possibility you can drop subjects, but we've already gone past census, so I really need to get through this semester. I don't know how, I'm freaking out.
Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, I'd just like to say, well done. Because there was no way a lot of people, for starters, would be able to do 2 jobs, full-time uni, plus actually, look after your children as well, and not only that, homeschooling. I mean, that is just, you need to just give yourself a pat on the back for that just to begin with. Because, you're doing a really, really good job in regards to just being able to even come here. I mean, and I do thank you for coming in, because I know this must be really hard as well for you. But this is the first step. So I'm glad that you made that first step, and I'm sure we should be able to come up with some strategies or come up with something that I might actually, that might actually work for you.
That's actually why I'm here,
Yeah,
I
okay,
really
excellent.
need that.
Good. Okay, so What seems to be your main problem, do you think? Your main issue at the moment? Is it the fact of uni and you've got assessments coming up?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that.
it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to let you know that I actually can write you a letter. So that letter will actually enable you to possibly get an extension. So rather than just getting the 5 days extension that you can get, this one will actually probably give you about 2 weeks or something.
Really?
I can't guarantee it, but I have heard from other students and things like that it's gone through, it's been approved, and they actually get that, 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. So, and you can use the piece of paper as well, the letter that I actually give you for all of your subjects.
Really?
So, yeah, so that might be able to
Wow.
help ease your pain.
Do you think I qualify for that?
Oh yeah, you should do, particularly if you're a full-time student. You've got, as you said, you've come to see me, so because of all the difficulties you're having at the moment and the pressures that you're under, I can't see it being a problem at all. As I said, I'm not the one who actually makes the decision, but at least you can have a support letter that will help assist with this, yeah. And lecturers and stuff here are really, really quite
They have
accommodating.
been really good, yeah. I guess I just hadn't applied because like a lot of my peers had said work is not a valid reason for an extension, but like leaving one of my jobs is really not, it's not a possibility. Like if I don't work, we don't eat. So I do, like, I can't just leave one of my jobs.
Yeah, no, that's fair. No, that's not something that I would suggest, particularly if it's something that, you need to keep going, because I'd find if you did something like that, you might find yourself in another worse stress position and then not being able to cope with that. So,
Yeah.
but with your stress of even just coming here, finding the time to actually fit everything in,
Yeah.
that's a definite warrant for a possible extension. So, no. So I'm very happy to do that for you.
That's
Without a
really-
problem at all. And within that letter, as we stated before about confidentiality, I will not state the reasons why you're here. I will not state anything like that. I'll just say that Kylie has come to see me and that I advise that it's possible that she gets an extension
Oh, wow,
due
that's
to,
good.
that you're just needing it at the moment because of things that are actually happening. So it won't go past them either, so they won't know any more than what you're actually willing to tell them.
Oh, okay. That's really good to know.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good then. That's good. Okay. So you were saying children. How old are your children?
12 and 10.
Okay. Oh wow, crucial times then.
Yeah.
One at high school, or are they both still in primary?
Primary and high school.
Primary and
so
high
last
school.
year of primary and high school.
Okay. Well, how are they going? Are they stressing a little bit as well with schools?
They're loving being at home.
Okay, yeah, true, fair.
They're loving stressing mum out. No, I'm sure they don't get joy out of it, but I guess it's kind of hard because they are such crucial years, and like I feel sort of out of my depth, and I wonder if I'm doing the right thing by keeping them home and homeschooling, and yeah, it's a real shit show.
When you're talking about homeschooling, is it something in which you have to be sitting next to them while they're doing it, or are they able to kind of do it in their own time? Do they have time constraints, time limits?
There's no time limits except like the regular, school day. And I guess they could just sort of sit there and do it themselves. I just know that my children don't, so like if I were to sit them down in front of the computer and give them their task and then walk away, I would come back and they'd be on YouTube or something,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
so it is,
Okay.
even though I don't have to like micromanage or something, I do have to sort of be there, otherwise they won't.
Okay.
I just know them. And it's happened. I have sort of tried to duck off to my office and do some study or like attend a tutorial or something, and then I come back and they're not doing their schoolwork.
Okay,
So
okay.
I sort of have had to let everything slide while I teach basically, and I'm not a teacher. So
For the kids, yeah.
yeah, right. Like,
I've got a couple myself, so I totally understand what you're saying, and it can be quite hard. And what's the reasons behind you homeschooling at the moment?
Well, I've had quite a lot of issues with their school.
Okay.
Because they're in a college that goes from prep to year 12.
Okay.
And my husband and I sort of made the decision about 3 months ago to pull them out and homeschool, and that we had to apply for I guess like approval from the government to do so,
Okay.
which came in about 5 weeks ago now.
Okay.
So they've been home for about 5 weeks.
Okay. So you were just talking about then your husband. What does your husband do for work? Is he working full time or?
Yeah, he's a detective.
Okay.
So
Okay.
really long hours, and when he's home, he's not really home, if that makes sense. But
Yeah. Okay. So you don't actually have the support then of him being at home sometimes to relieve your stress in order to be able to work with the children as well online or anything like that. So you kind of feel that it's kind of down to your responsibility and what you're having to do. Okay, good.
It's either like he's not there, or when he is there, he gets to be like the fun dad, and so I find that he's more distracting to them than helpful.
Okay.
And then I feel like the big baddie, because I have to come in and be like, no, you better go back to school, sort of.
Okay. It sounds like, I can understand, it sounds like you've got a lot of stress going on at the moment because you feel it's your responsibility in a sense to kind of be with the kids. You're letting, would I be correct in saying you're kind of letting what you need to be doing, put aside, or, leaving it to the last minute in order to make sure that they're okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that I can imagine that'll make it difficult. Have you actually spoken to your lecturers or your tutors or anything like that about it?
Not really.
No. May I ask why hasn't been an option for you?
I know it's an option, but I don't know. I don't know. It was even really weird coming to see you today. But yeah, I'm not really one to sort of ask for help, but because I know that I'm so privileged, it sort of feels a little bit weird to ask for help.
I'd like to say thank you. I'm glad that you've actually come here and you've made that first step in a sense.
It was
of,
tough,
And I can hear it on how hard it is. And for some people it is quite hard to actually come in because they feel they have to be doing it all themselves. And you're finding because of that though, you're kind of doubting yourself as well though, or?
Oh, definitely there's a lot of doubt. Yeah, like, am I doing the right thing? Have I made a big mistake pulling them out of school? And it's my study that is taking the head, do you know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, as you said, they're still getting what they want, which is being at home in a sense, but also still studying. Husband is at work, so he's kind of getting what he wants, other than also he's coming home and he's getting to play with the kids and all that sort of stuff, whereas yours tends to be based around sitting with them, ensuring that they're actually doing their work and stuff like that. So, as you said, you feel you're the bad parent within this relationship in a sense.
I have to be that's right.
Okay. Well, maybe, as I said, it might be something worth looking into then for you to be able to maybe get an extensions on certain assignments and stuff, because it might help just ease the pressure off you knowing that you've got that little bit more time.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to talk to your lecturers or tutors about it, that's fine. Totally understandable. As I said, you're very most welcome to come back, have a chat to me, and we can, you might even find that might ease your mind, just knowing that you can just let a bit of it go. That's it. Yeah. I mean, have you spoken to your husband about it? Is he aware of this, about your worries and your concerns?
I guess a little bit yes and a little bit no. I think I feel kind of like he misled me, sort of. Like, I thought this would be a team thing, and it just feels like it's sort of only been me making the effort. Like, we both talked about taking the kids out and homeschooling, but so far it's just been me.
Okay.
And I know I need to talk to him about that, but I just haven't sort of found the way to do that yet.
Yeah, okay. So does he kind of think that do you think that he kind of thinks that it's your job? It's just up to you? Or?
I feel like that's what's happening.
Okay.
Because I'm mum or something. And yet when we made the decision, it didn't come across that way. I felt like it would be a team thing. And now I feel like, maybe he thought that because I'm the mum and I'm the female, it's my role to do that. I don't know.
Okay. Do you know much about his family? Is that kind of the way in which they've worked? Is it something
Yeah.
that he's seen? Does
Yeah.
mum run around doing absolutely
Yeah.
everything, or have done absolutely everything?
I guess now that you point that out, yes, that is exactly how it is. His mum does everything for, not so much my husband because he's been out of home for a long time, but
yeah.
definitely for his siblings and even his dad, yeah.
Okay. So it's
And don't get me
something
wrong,
that's-
I think she loves it. I'm pretty sure she loves it. It's quite fulfilling for her, but that's definitely not what I signed up for.
Yeah. And that's it. Sometimes women assume that role of feeling that, you know, anything to do with the house or anything to do with the children or the family is actually their responsibility, and the man is that breadwinner who needs to go out and actually do mainly the work and things like that. But you know, you kind of have beat that little bit of a role anyway by yourself going out and doing work and things like that too. But do you have any other supports or anything like that? Do you have friends that you can talk to? Do you explain what's happening to them, you know?
Yeah, I do have friends, but I'm very conscious of the fact that we all have a lot going on, and especially as my fellow uni students, we all have a lot going on, and I guess I just don't want to burden anyone, which is this is really rare for me. I've not spoken to people like this, and I found it really, really helpful. But I couldn't imagine being this open with my peers.
Okay. What about even having a chat to them about how you're feeling in study-wise? Is it something in which you reflect or bounce back off them, and by asking questions at a certain assignment or anything like that?
Yeah, I do. I do have a really good study group that I'm part of. But then in saying that, they're the ones that gave me the sort of misleading information that you can't get an extension on grounds of having 2 jobs.
Okay.
And I guess that's not actually their fault, because I didn't give them the full story. I just sort of said, I'm working 2 jobs and I'm kind of struggling. Do you reckon I could get an extension? And a lot of my friends were like, it's sort of unlikely that I'll give you one on terms of work.
Okay.
But there was one friend who actually told me to come do this. So I'm really glad that she did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do have one close friend then, in a sense, who you kind of do talk to a little bit about your private life and kind of what's happening there.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are there any other people in a similar situation to you? Anybody that you can kind of relate to how you're feeling or what you're...
I'd say so. I'd say my friend and probably one other friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that could be... Do you think that might be an option for you? Do you think you might be able to also, other than having a chat to me, actually being able to, have a talk to them, or even organise a coffee date or something like that to kind of bounce a little bit of stuff off, to kind of hopefully normalise it a little bit for you, and know that you're not the only person at the moment who may be experiencing or going through this, and maybe others are finding it really difficult to actually talk about what's happening too, and maybe you could be their bit of a push and their walk through in that sense of
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
that could be something
And I think that they could probably use that too, so we could all kind of help each other.
Okay. Yeah.
3 of us.
And please let them know if they're in a similar position. We're open to full-time students who want to come. If they're finding it really difficult, we can actually help support them and possibly write letters for them too, in order for them to be able to get extensions too.
Yeah.
So no, I'm really happy to be able to do that for you, Kylie, and I hope that may actually help, if I can write this letter for you, and you may actually be able to get extensions and hopefully relieve that little bit of pressure and stress off you.
That would be
And as
so
I
great.
said, I'm really happy that you've actually come to have a talk to me about it, and I'm hoping that I've been able to help you with that a bit. Even just,
Oh, it was so good. I haven't unloaded like that for ever, I think, so.
Okay.
I'm
Well, that's
really
good.
thankful.
I'm glad I've been able to do that. Well, I'll tell you what, how about then we go out, you go sit in the waiting room, and I'll actually type you up a letter, and then I'll hand it to you, and but as I said, please feel free if you need to come back and have a chat, if you're finding things aren't working again, I'm here, I'm available, and as I said, if you need to make an appointment online, which will definitely guarantee the fact that you'll see me, and we can make it a little bit longer then too. As I said, the next appointment will be about 50 minutes, so that'll be beautiful.
Yeah, that'll
Cool.
be really good.
Well, thank you so much, Kylie, and I'm really glad you've made that effort and you've actually come to see me, and it's been a real pleasure to actually see you.
Thank you.
So cool, no problem.